a pizza, a party, and a moonlight ride. Jenny was so happy about the house they had found. For once in her life, it was on the right side of town. She unpacked her things with such great ease, as she watched her new curtains blow in the breeze. How wonderful it was to have her own room. School would be starting, she'd have friends over soon. There'd be sleepovers and parties. She was so happy. It's just the way she wanted her life to be. On the first day of school, everything went great. She made new friends and even got a date. She thought, I want to be popular and I'm going to be, because I just got a date with the star of the team. To be known in the school, you had to have clout. And dating that guy would sure help her out. There was only one problem stopping her fate. Her parents had said she was too young to date. Well, I just won't tell them the entire truth. They won't know the difference. What's that to lose? Jenny asked to stay with her friends that night. Her parents had frowned, but said, all right. Excited, she got ready for the big event, but as she rushed around like she had no sense, she began to feel guilty about all the lies. But what's a pizza, a party, and a moonlight ride? Well, the pizza was good, and the party was great. But the moonlight ride would have to wait, for Jeff was half drunk by this time. But he kissed her and said that he was just fine. Then the room filled smoke and Jeff took a puff. Jenny couldn't believe he was smoking that stuff. Now Jeff was ready to ride to the point, but only after he'd smoked another joint. They jumped in the car for a moonlight ride, not thinking that he was too drunk to drive. They finally made it to the point at last, and Jeff started to make a pass. A pass is not what Jenny wanted at all. And by a pass, I don't mean playing football. Perhaps my parents were right. Maybe I'm too young. Boy, how could I ever be so dumb? With all of her might, she pushed Jeff away. Please take me home. I don't want to stay. Jeff cranked up the engine and threw out the gas. In a matter of seconds, they were going too fast. As Jeff drove on in a fit of wild anger, Jenny knew her life was in danger. She begged and pleaded for him to slow down, but he just got faster as they neared town. Just let me go home. I'll confess that I lied. I really went out for a moonlight ride. Then all of a sudden, she saw a big flash. Oh God, please help us. We're going to crash. She doesn't remember the force of impact, just that everything all of a sudden went black. She felt someone remove her from that twisted rubble and heard, call an ambulance. These kids are in trouble. Voices she heard, a few words at best, but she knew there were 2 cars involved in the wreck. Then wondered to herself if Jeff was alright, and if the people in the other car were alive. She awoke in the hospital to faces so sad. You've been in a wreck and it looks pretty bad. These voices echoed inside her head as they gently told her that Jeff was dead. They said, Jenny, we've done all we can do, but it looks as if we will lose you too. But the people in the other car, Jenny cried. We're sorry, Jenny. They also died. Jenny prayed, God, forgive me for what I've done. I only wanted to have just one night of fun. Tell those people's families I've made their lives dim and I wish I could return their families to them. Tell Mom and Dad I'm sorry I lied and that it's my fault so many have died. Oh nurse, won't you please tell them that for me? The nurse just stood there. She never agreed, but took Jenny's hand with tears in her eyes, and a few moments later, Jenny died. A man asked the nurse, why didn't you do your best to bid that girl her one last request? She looked at the man with eyes oh so sad, because the people in the other car were her mom and dad. The story is sad and unpleasant, but true. So young people, take heed. It could have been you.